Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash, and the bonus as always to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone who were well and who taught us truth. Today's lesson is going to go into Revelation 19 and 10. Really going to jump around, going into prophecy and the spirit that we should be in, speaking to myself first and foremost, and that is Revelation 19 and verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, and that's the spirit that we must be in, especially seeing everything that is going on within this society today. News just popping off the table, and there's a spirit that we must be in. Let's see that word prophecy.
Strong's G 4394. Prophetia.
Prophetia. It says a discourse emanating from divine inspiration and declaring the purposes of the Most High. Let's see what that word emanate means. Look up. Let's do emanating. Emerge, issue, or spread out. To originate, what's it say? A discourse emanating from divine inspiration. Let's see. Give out or emit. It says, right here it says, especially by foretelling future events. Right here, another news break. Trump announces 25% tariff on any country doing business with Iran. And who's let's ask ChatGPT real quick. What countries do business with Iran? It says major trade partners, China, Iran's largest trading partner by far, especially for oil exports and broader commercial trade. China imports significant amounts of Iranian oil and also supplies machinery, electronics, and other goods to Iran. So, Iran, Turkey is what a NATO member, soon to be allied with the bear, Russia. The significant partner for both imports and exports, geographically close and involved in energy, industrial, and consumer goods. So energy, man. So a lot of the energy that comes from Turkey, Iran does business for that energy. Iraq, and you can pause it and read it. Iraq, United Arab Emirates, UAE, India, Pakistan, Armenia, Afghanistan. Other countries doing business with Iran, Russia, and Eurasian partners. Iran has strengthened ties with Russia and broader Eurasian Economic Union members through trade agreements aimed at boosting cross-border commerce. So you see top export destination: China, Turkey, India, Pakistan. You can pause it and read it. Now let's put in here the news break that we just got. Let me see, where was it? We just do it like this. Not tattoo, tariff. It says, has announced any country doing business with the Islamic Republic of Iran will pay a tariff of 25% on any and all business being done with the United States. Let's see. What does this mean? If this policy is formally enforced, the United States would penalize countries and companies that trade with Iran by charging them 25% extra on goods they sell to the U.S. So if a country sell, like it says, a tariff is a tax on imports. So if a country trades with Iran and that same country exports goods to the U.S. would add 25% extra cost to those goods. Example, if a Chinese company sells $1 million worth of products to the U.S. adds $250,000 in tariffs, makes those products more expensive and less competitive. So we're seeing that trade wars, more and more crackdown on trade, more and more crackdown on what's it called, distribution, just to try to cut Iran off. But a lot of these countries, they want to continue to do trade and business with Iran. It does not mean U.S. is declaring war. Immediate enforcement without legal steps for so you can pause it and read it. So what? Prophecy. Wars and rumors of wars. As it says, let's get that real quick. Right here, real quick, going into that word prophecy. Used in the New Testament, the utterance of OT prophets of the prediction of events relating to Mashiach's kingdom. This will move. And its speedy triumph, together with the consolation and admonitions pertaining to it, the spirit of prophecy, the divine mind. It says, especially of the predictions of works of which set apart to teach the gospel or accomplish for the kingdom of Hamashiach. And how will the kingdom of Hamashiach be accomplished? By these prophecies coming together and happening before our very eyes. Will accomplish for the kingdom of Hamashiach. Because in order for the kingdom of Hamashiach to issue forth, these prophecies have to come to pass, as the section says in Acts 14, verse 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So, tribulation has to go. We have to go through much tribulation. We have to go through hard times. We got to go through prophecy, and prophecy is going to come with hard times. Jacob's trouble, the implementation and the mandation of the RFID micro chip, among other things, man. The worst time in history. So we got to go through these things in order for the kingdom of the Most High, the kingdom of Yahbashim Yashai, to be brought forth and to be accomplished. Matthew 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So they were asking Yahushua, his disciples at the time, asked him, what is going to be the signs of your return? The end of the world, the end of this eon, the end of this age, the end of this rulership. Verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we got to go through these things, and we will see more and more rumors of war. This is prophecy that would take place before the end, before the implementation of Yahushua's kingdom. We got to go through these rough times. We got to go through prophecy being hated of all nations, and these kingdoms rising up, and ultimately the mandation of the RFID micro chip and World War III. Matthew 24 verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And we're seeing this prophecy take place and happening before our very eyes. It says, verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrow. Let's get this real quick. In Ecclesiasticus, what's that, right? What is it, 39 and 1? Sirach 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Let's get that definition of the word occupy. Definition of occupy. No. To reside or have one's place of business in. So this is our business. This is our livelihood. Settled. Feel or preoccupy the mind or thoughts. Busy. To absorb. Preoccupy. Immerse. Hold the attention of. Involve. Engross. Absorb all the intention or interest of. This is our attention, because we got to go through prophecy in order for the kingdom of the Most High to come forth. There's no way around it. We can't get to the kingdom without getting through prophecy. And that's what Yahweh said as well. Occupy till I come. Luke 19 and verse 13. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. So we got to be occupied. We got to go through these things. We got to be immersed in prophecy, man. That's what a prophet is. That's what a prophet does. Says prophet means to say before. Let's just get that real quick in online etymology. Prophet. There we go. A person who speaks for the Most High, one who foretells. Lagging a little bit. I won't go to it. There we go. It says, one who foretells, inspired preacher, interpreter. One who speaks from before, and then from forward, hence, in front, or the root of phane, to speak. So speak before, say before. To speak, tell, say, to say before what something happens. That's what starting with our apostles, bishops, and elders, great millstones have been doing on down. Saying before. It's telling you that Jacob's trouble is coming. And we're seeing Jacob's trouble happening before our very eyes, man. We're in the time of Jacob's trouble. It's just the beginning stages of it. What you got, the mandation of the RFID micro C-hip, the MOTB. Apostles, bishops, elders have been speaking about that for decades, man. Telling you that this is about to happen. World War III, the CBDC. This is what a prophet does. Tell you that of course, from Yahweh Shem Yahshai, from the inspiration of the Most High, from the Holy Spirit, that these things are going to happen and come to pass. Occupy till I come, to be immersed in something, and that is what a prophet will be. Immersed in prophecy, immersed in the words of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, immersed in what is about to happen, and not shy away from it. Because it was given unto them. Matthew 13 and verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given. It isn't given unto everybody to know. Because a lot of people, they just think that America is going to last forever. They think that America is not going to be destroyed. That there's no way that we could go in World War III. No way that they would do this. No way that they would do that. And then they'll add to it, well, at least not in my time. Maybe in my grandchildren's time. That don't make sense. And if you think that, why wouldn't you want to prepare your grandchildren, your generation, for what is to come? But no, everybody wants to just be in their own little world, doing what they want to do instead of what the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai requires them to do. And speaking to the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Oh yeah, that would never happen. Well, it wasn't given unto them to understand that. A lot of people think that no way that this would happen is because the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua blinded them, that they wouldn't believe it, that they would believe lies, because the Lord has given them strong delusions that they should believe a lie. These mysteries, man, prophecy, and this is what we, speaking myself first and foremost, should be immersed in. I just look it up. News today. Trump says Iran wants to negotiate as the death toll and protests rise to at least 599. And what is that? Protest. I'm going to end it here soon. 2nd Ezra 9. In verse 1, he answered me. Then it said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And how are we measuring the time? With the scriptures. And then it says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And he is, and we see it being manifest, man. Verse 3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, that's what a protest is, man, uproars of the people. And we're seeing that right now, man. We just seen that 509 people have died from the protests in Iran. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So this was spoke from the beginning, man. How Greenland falls, imagining a bloodless Trump takeover. Nearly 15,000 nurses go on strike at major New York City hospitals. What is that? A protest. And these protests and upwards of the people is only going to expand and get more intensified as we get closer to the end. Trump's move to pull U.S. from key UN climate treaty may be illegal. Division, Matthew 12 and 26. Satan divided against Satan. Trump tells Cuba to make a deal before it's too late after Maduro ouster. Chaos erupts as U-Haul drives in the crowd during anti-Iranian regime rally in Westwood. Come on, man. Top 5 news headlines of today. U.S. strikes ISIS. Latest Minneapolis ICE shooting. Double murder arrest. Bob Ware dies. Nobody care. Greenland. Golden globes and Iranian protests. Let me see what gold is. Price of gold. Then we'll look up silver. So it's down. It says 5% today. 4,600. What was the high? 46.39, around that. And look, from 6 months, look at that increase. And then when you look at from year, what is this? Let's see, 5 years. Look at this jump from 2022, 1,800, and it stays about that range. And then 2024 just starts going up. And look at it. Now it's at 4,900, 4,600, man. Over the past 5 years, it's had 151% increase. Now let's look at silver, and we'll end it off right there. This is prophecy, man. Look at this, $85. Just look in this year. Well, let's say the last 6 months. It's hovered at what, 37, jumped up 2025 to 40. And then it stayed about that range from September to November. And now it's starting to go up, skyrocket. In the past 6 months, it's had a 119% increase. Something is about to happen, man. And prophecy will be fulfilled and continue on. And it's not slowing down. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the spirit, to the body, to the fold. And before I end it off, I think of all praises, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. And double honors as always to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.